A very good morning to the panel of officers from JPN, all the districts, teachers, and fellow educators from all over Kedah. Salam Madani. I am Shameela Raman from SMK Gurun with my title Error Analysis 2Qs Method. Okay, teachers, let me introduce my school. Our students come from Malay, Chinese, Indian, and some smattering of Siamese population. We have about 1,000 plus students, and their language levels differ from weak to intermediate most of the time. Sometimes when we are lucky, we have a few good ones where we handpick them to further hone their skills in English language. First of all, the problem statement. What I had in my mind was how to help the students to be confident and to to analyze their own errors or mistakes so that they can edit their work to make it better according their capacities. So hence the formula error analysis 2Qs method. First, we have packages under this error analysis. We start with 2Qs method. 2Qs simply means 2 questions the students need to ask themselves when they write. Writing is considered very difficult for my students, most of them. I'm sure most of you agree writing is always a challenge for these students. So my idea was if they can correct their writing, they can also produce good speaking components. So it interrelates because both of these components need production. So under these packages, we start with fixing their tenses, grammar. So the 2 questions I meant was, question number 1 is when. When refers to time, so they have to set themselves to find whether it's past, present or future. So we have rules where we drill. It's all very simple rules where I use a pyramid using the word play. Play, place, played, playing. So all these, they have their rules, which it will take very long for me to explain. And once we have them fixed, then we go on to using them to fix sentences. You start from the basic here, basic single unit, and then you go to sentences. So when you're using 2Qs, they start to analyze. If they make sentences, they write sentences, they see, are they applying this 2Qs method using when? Question number 2 was how many, which refers to usage of singular or plural units. I have gone through a lot of years studying the responses from students, and I found out these are the 2 questions which can help them the most. So when and how many, that's 2Qs method. So once they can relate how the tenses are changing according to singular, plural units, they try their best to make less errors, basic, yeah? So when you have sentences, you go to your writing, sentences to paragraphing. We have another package there. First, the supervision level is Super 10. Super 10 are some words I'm going to share later too in the poster. Super 10, some words which are very strong in your formal writing. Most students have the problem of projecting their ideas because they don't have the correct words. And the usage of L1 in their languages, I try my best to give them Super 10. Super 10 works the best with intermediate students because some language power is there and these words are okay for them to be explained. Okay, yeah? And then once they are using these sentences, I go another level. We have Oreo. Oreo is paragraph making. Basically, teachers, there are so many ways. I'm very sure teachers are familiar. It's just that Oreo is easy because I reward them packets of Oreo if they are doing good in class. So Oreo stands for opinion, reason, explanation, example, elaboration, and your opinion again. So they have to start, they have tie up the whole paragraph so it looks neat and clean. Organization is also a problem among students, yeah? And then we go beyond classroom where we gather them. We give them some simple statements where they need to make sentences. Now I've realized the best way to do it is using your 3 points in your part 2 essay writing. Yeah, you have 3 points. Okay, same goes for the other writing in part 3. I just give them the statement. They write sentences, usually formal statements. Let's say using some of the words from the Super 10 is benefits, advantages, all these words which commonly pop up in both writing and speaking. So that's where they master the Super 10 words and then they go and write. When they write, I usually give them small strips of papers, okay? No names. They are very shy to share their identities. So no names. We collect them, paste them on another A4, as many as we go, paste them, and then get them photocopied, give them to the whole class or the whole group, depending where I'm running the program. So they read their own sentences and compare that with their own friends too. So then we reapply the 2Qs method, check again your errors. They apply. As they go, they ask questions. I love the part if they still ask questions. Means there's still room for improvement. So they go about that. So we apply all this here. And finally, once paragraphs are being fixed, we have the right 5, simple, just 5 paragraphs, so that they don't forget, they don't go. Some students cannot perform even the 5 paragraphs. That's where we guide them. Just show them the minimum words we need. Yeah, 125 words. Divide 5 paragraphs, only about 25 words. Give them the motivation. Oh, ya ke cikgu? So I don't teach maths, I tell them. So that's the good news for you, okay? So finally, once your paragraphs are ready, then you put them into proper 5 paragraphs. Here, you might have questions. These are mostly focused on formal writing statements. How about those who are writing stories? This doesn't work with them. But they also start from the minimum error analysis package, and then they go to iStory. iStory method. iStory is specially designed for writing stories. iStory, the acronym, I got it when I was teaching in Kuala Kangsar, RPK, Raja Perumpa. And the kids, when they come and tell me, teacher, saya nak ceritakan, but what they do, iStory, I want to story. So I got the word from them and then created this acronym according to the process. So each word represents a process they have to fix into iStory. So I usually encourage most of them to write articles or reviews where the purpose of writing is easy. I'm sure you all agree. But I still have a pool of students who wants to try story writing. I do allow them. If they're in Form 4, I do allow them. Just go with it. If they cannot make it, then I'll try talk to them one by one. Let's see what we can do. Show them if they can score higher in other formats of writing, we might help them better there. Okay? Okay, teachers. Usually we have this in class. At first, I started alone because I was not sure whether it's going to work. It took a lot of time. I was only a head of panel in 2022. So when I tried out, when I head of panel, I could see all the students together. And I decided I need to put them in 2 categories where one category is above 40 marks. The other category is 40 and below. We have to pay attention to the 40 and below for your percentage, I'm sure. So these people, using data from your head count, they are grouped into groups with names. They are given a little tag to show they are attending the correct groups. And I make use of the teachers available, right? From 5 teachers, we have 5. Each teacher gets a group so that the group stays or rotates when they are performing better. So their motivation, you don't want this group, you improve yourself, go to the groups with better results. So some of the groups, Galaxy, Universe, Superstar, Silver Moon, Sunlight, I just go with my flow. Whatever I feel, I giving names, I just give names, yeah? And so the other group, we have rotating weeks. One week is for the good students, broken into small groups. The other week is for the weak students, broken into small groups. We need to have one by one attention. Okay, teachers, I think that's all. So this is still a trial and error for me as well. I learn, I pick, I go along with them every year, all the time. So I have included the results for the latest SPM results for our school. Yeah? So what do I say as a conclusion? I believe students must believe in themselves. They need to be taught that hard work always pays off. It's not a day or a month, okay? Minimum time projected for these packages is 6 months, teachers. So I plan usually after their last year exam in Form 4. So that's the best result for me. I've worked to. So once they come for their Form 5, they start with this group, yeah? And I also found that differentiated learning strategies do work. We have different groups where you pay attention according to your capabilities. With that, signing off, I'm Shameela Raman from SMK Gurun. Thank you.